Welcome back, folks. This is Greg Silberman. It's snowing outside. You wouldn't believe that from my background over here. Another session of Come Learn With Me. This is part of our CIO's, Chief Investment Officer's research, where we look at some articles that we put out last week, what you all liked, shared, etc. And then we'll do a little bit of a read together. This one is really long, so stick with us and we may have to cut it short, but you can carry on. I've been hearing a lot about Web 3.0, so this was interesting. This one percolated up. Let's see what it says. Jack Dorsey, Elon Musk slam Web 3.0, but what is it? A curious schism is developing within America's tech oligarchy when it comes to Web 3.0 and its main attraction, the metaverse. Former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey going on a lengthy rant overnight to dispute his pleasure with so-called Web 3 technology, which to some is synonymous with Ethereum and various other POS, decentralized tokens, and the involvement of venture capital firms like Andreessen Horowitz. Dorsey, who has long been a supporter of Bitcoin and hardly in the Ethereum camp, told his millions of followers that you don't own Web3 and that the VCs and their LPs do. It will never escape their incentives. It's ultimately a centralized entity with different labels. Oh, ominous, right? Okay, there's his tweet. In a subsequent tweet, Jack also said, I have nothing to do with Web3. Wall Street journals and others need names and photos to generate clicks. Okay, update. I don't know what that is. Moments later, Elon Musk. Come on. This zero hedge site's good, but it has so many windows on it. Moments later, Elon Musk, the world's richest man, also got involved when he tweeted, has anyone seen Web3? I can't find it. This led to back and forth between Musk and Dorsey. It's somewhere between A and Z, M something, something. Jack then explained that while against Web 3.0, he has really promoted his own protocol, Blue Sky, why he said it is not owned by itself or VCs. Earlier in the day, Dorsey, whose Block Inc. company includes Spiral, a project aimed at making Bitcoin the planet's preferred currency, tweeted in response to musical artist Cardi B that Bitcoin will replace the US dollar. The series of tweets and responses from the former Twitter boss on Monday stirred disagreement and debate on the service, with the 16Z general partner and Ethereum supporter, Chris Dixon, offering an olive branch by saying he's a huge fan of Dorsey and hope we can eventually bring him around to Ethereum and other blockchains. It's critical that we focus our energy on truly secure and resilient technologies owned by the mass of people, not individuals or institutions, Dorsey responded. There followed a tweet in which Dixon rehashed a similar quote by Gandhi, which promoted a testy reaction by Jack. Then they laugh at you. Then they fight you. We are here. Then you win. You're a fund determined to be a media empire that can't be ignored, not Gandhi. Okay, but what exactly is everyone arguing over? Define Web3 right now. That's cute. Gun in your face. Simple definition comes from Bloomberg, which notes that Web3, the still hazy term for blockchain-based decentralized systems and tech that are meant to replace the internet as we know it, has garnered much attention and funding this year, with Andreessen Horowitz being among the loudest cheerleaders. Trading of non-fungible tokens or NFTs on the Ethereum and Solana blockchains has been the most visible manifestation, with many companies now investing in the development of decentralized apps as well as games for those platforms. For those who find insufficient, here is a lengthier definition from the Goldman Research report, Framing the Future of Web 3.0, Metaverse Edition, published last week. The full note is available there. The excerpt sections below. All right, let's read a few paragraphs. It's a long description. The global internet is in the middle of the late innings of the innovation curve of Web 2.0, a shift from desktop to mobile computing and from local to cloud storage. And the leaders of this wave of the internet are now firmly established. In framing the next wave of computing, Web 3.0, we see the potential for dramatic shifts in industry structure, decentralized, more local, niche targeted, that could impact current investor perceptions of platform moat, strength, industry input costs, possible headwinds to monetization driven by personalization and potential for shifting media and commerce trends. One thing you got to admit is Web 2.0 is probably not safe in the sense of safe against cybersecurity attacks, right? So definitely requires something safer. One element 3.0 that has recently captured a lot of media and investor attention is metaverse, driven by RBLX public listing and Facebook renaming to Meta. In the report, we examine how the gaming media landscape has already shown some key elements as to how the metaverse might evolve, and how themes such as decentralized web activity and virtual experiences could become hallmarks of many of the next wave of computing 3.0, Web 3.0. In terms of stocks under coverage, we highlight Meta platforms, Snap, and Roblox as key buy-rated exposure to this multi-year theme. All right, let's take a look at this. Framing the transition Web 3.0. In our view, the global internet is in the middle of late innings. Okay. The defining characteristics of Web 2.0 leader are scale of users, utility-like nature of mobile desktop application services, if not family or ecosystem of apps, and low to no distribution costs. Companies have gained broad-based familiarity, with some turning into verbs. They found that was important to highlight, then we'll highlight. As seen in the figure below, we see dramatic shifts in the industry trends in Web 3.0 that could impact current investor perception of platform moat, strength, industry input costs, possible headwinds to monetization. Now let's have a look. Web 3.0 is ESG-friendly e-commerce, local experience and commerce, creator economy, anonymity, rise of privacy, decentralized web. Oh. Web 2, okay. AR and metaverse, ESG friendly. Web 2.0, OS, app economy, rise of subscription, rise of scale platform, streaming, sharing economy. We won't even go through Web 1.0, that's long gone, right? Oh, how do we get back? Okay. Computer's got a mind of its own. So what form will 3.0 takes? Likely more controlled by user of their data. So yeah, that would be security. So definitely can see that happening. More micro focus, a mean reversion on scale, the rise of individual as creator, increasingly decentralized, flexibility on payment mechanism. What is the metaverse? In the early 90s, Neil Stephenson first coined the phrase metaverse in his science fiction novel Snow Crash. Decades later, investor analyst Matthew Ball raised awareness around the phrase metaverse in a series of essays that was focused on the present and future of epic games. One interesting aspect of this evolution is the interconnectivity of such computing landscape, possible erosion of the walled garden elements of mobile computing. Well, metaverse is pinging on Google. Metaverse is a successor to mobile internet that will elevate physical world experiences through mixed reality, be co-created and built responsibly. I did see some name that I recognize, Niantic Labs. CEO of Niantic Labs, John Hang, has labeled the metaverse a dystopian nightmare and is focused on building a better reality by enhancing the physical world through augmented reality, which he has labeled a real-world metaverse, in an effort to differentiate from the virtual video game version. At the core, Hang's thesis is data, information services, and interactive creations where digital meets physical. To Hang, the key technical challenge in achieving his goals are synchronization, millions of users globally. Niantic Labs brought you Pokemon Go, I think it was. Data center infrastructure, investments, further iteration, VR, AR, hiring talent, responsibility, content creators. All right, guys, this is a long article. I suggest you read it if this is of interest. I'm actually read more of it than I thought I would because it is of interest. So Web 3.0, here we go. If you want to know more about our technology themes, disruptive technology themes, head on over to our LinkedIn group in our mini LinkedIn groups below. And if you'd like to know more about our investment programs, take a look at the links below as well. One to Ritterband Invest, which is our investment technology-driven investment platform, where you can come and check us out. And the other one is to my personal blog, where you can read some of my process and philosophy as far as investing is concerned. So thanks very much for joining. This is Greg Silverman for Come Learn With Me. Out for now.